Yellowstone Supervolcano earthquakes reveal a volcanic system 6 times bigger than we originally thought. This is by Robin Weil, PhD researcher, volcanology, UCL, on Conversation. Seismologists discovered a massive magma reservoir beneath Yellowstone Supervolcano in Wyoming that suggests its volcanic system could be more than 5.6 times larger than was previously thought. Although it was already known that Yellowstone had one magma reservoir located about 3 to 6 miles below the surface, the new study published in Science revealed another, much larger reservoir sitting directly below the first. It's located around 20 to 50 kilometers, that's 12 to 30 miles below the surface. This reservoir is thought to have a volume of around 46,000 cubic kilometers compared to a volume of around 10,000 cubic kilometers for the shallow reservoir. And it stretches all the way to the border of US and Mexico. As you can see the map of this plume, Yellowstone, of course, the plume goes all the way under Idaho as well, and it goes through the area of high threat volcanoes and Nevada volcanic ranges as well. Now, going back to this, it's to make their discovery, scientists analyzed the variations made by earthquakes that passed under the volcano. The technique not only sheds light on this volcano's potentially life-threatening eruptions, in the case of a supereruption, but it could also help us understand other volcanoes, such as the Calbuco eruption in Chile, and we know we have a lot of volcanoes erupting these days. Now, Yellowstone volcano is composed of an immense volcanic crater, the caldera, which is more than 44 miles in length, most of which lies within the Yellowstone National Park. And the volcano rarely erupts lava as it did so about 70,000 years ago. That was a lava eruption. But the magma lying beneath the surface gives rise to spectacular geothermal features, geysers, colorful hot springs from their fissures. We know that it has over 60% of the world's geysers and over 10,000 geothermal features. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. The last eruption at Yellowstone was 640,000 years ago. Before that, it was 1.3 million years ago and 2.1 million years ago. The 640,000 year ago eruption ejected around 1,000 cubic kilometers, that's 240 cubic miles of volcanic material. This cataclysm created the Yellowstone caldera that we see today. To get an idea of the scale of this, the largest eruption in recorded history, Mount Tambora in 1815, erupted about a sixth of that. The magma reservoirs are thought to occur beneath most volcanoes, and they play a crucial role in the dynamics of the eruptions. However, they are too deep and conditions within them too extreme to be measured directly, so volcanologists have to infer information about them using other means, such as measuring seismic waves. These waves travel more slowly when they pass through molten rock, and accordingly the group were able to use the speed, the velocities of the earthquake waves to infer the presence of large deep zone of partially molten material. The carbon footprint explained. The magma stored in deeper reservoir probably does not cause eruptions at Yellowstone directly. Instead, it likely acts as a feeder for the smaller, shallower reservoir, which is the ultimate source of the volcano's catastrophic eruptions. Scientists had expected the existence of a second magma reservoir at Yellowstone for some time, but this new evidence is among the strongest support for the theory up to now. The discovery of the second magma reservoir came by a very astonishing way, by accident, I guess, and they may also help to explain the mysterious features of Yellowstone volcano. Its carbon footprint, as they say. We know that even in earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, there are certain volcanic gases that are emitted: carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, Now, this carbon dioxide footprint for Yellowstone, the carbon dioxide gas is commonplace at volcanoes, and it's gives off it's given off by the rising magma. But Yellowstone's output, which is around 45,000 tons of carbon dioxide every single day, was too high to be explained by a single magma reservoir. Now we know that the La Palma volcano, which is erupting now, is giving over 11,000 tons of CO2 daily, and they believe that the eruption will be imminent because it's deflating, it's inflating, the magma is rising, and they say that the earthquakes are getting shallower. But when the CO2 level starts going down, that's when they believe that the magma will start settling down, and the eruption may be ending, but it's not ending there now. Now, according to the scientists, they found this huge reservoir because of the tremendous amount of CO2 given out every day from Yellowstone, 45,000 tons a day, and they said it was too high to be explained by a single magma reservoir. But according to the study's authors, the presence of the new reservoir is enough to account for the volcano's CO2 flux. If the high-resolution seismic imaging technique used in the study could be repeated at other volcanoes whose deep structure is poorly understood, such as the Calbuco in Chile or whatever, La Palma or wherever else, of course, Kilauea is also erupting now, volcanologists might eventually be able to understand how such eruptions take place. The first stirrings of volcanic eruptions happen far below the surface, and if researchers can emulate the findings at Yellowstone and other volcanoes, it can of course only tell us more about the risks they pose. This is on the conversation. Here we are at Sizewell Berkeley. I'll leave a link below. And this is the map of the west area. We have the subduction zone here of San Andreas Fault and Walker Lane Fault System. And this here, you can see the arc here. This is the map that we saw, the mantle plume that goes from the border of US and Mexico. One part goes like a Y shape. One part goes under this area here, and the other part goes into the east, this area here. And we know that we have today's quakes in Salt Lake City. Okay, that's small, but anyway. This is Yellowstone right there, and Idaho. Remember that it made the mantle plume made a turn towards the west under Idaho, and that's where this mantle plume is, right here. And here we are at USGS, Yellowstone Monitoring, and this map here shows that we have 421 earthquakes in the past 28 days. This outline, the orange outline, is the caldera area on the northwest section of Wyoming. And of course, Hebgen Lake is part of Yellowstone Supervolcano again. And this is the lake on part of the caldera. And as we said before, the roof of the magma chamber is only 3 miles down. So if you're walking around here, 3 miles down, you have the roof of the magma chamber. Okay, let's see this now. This is a GPS. The displacement. What's happening? Okay, it seems here that this, let's go back to it because it's being very slow. Okay, this is east to west. It was going west, and then it started being displaced towards the east. So it's going east here. This is north to south, and we have north, south, north, south. So it's now going southeast, and it's deflating. Let's see something else now here. Let's go to this one here. This GPS station here. Okay, again, this shows deflation, and it's steady here, but it's going south. And let's take one closer to Hebgen Lake. This one here, GPS, see where the deformation is there. It's a little bit inflating. Let's go somewhere here. Oh, we saw that here, this one here, GPS. Okay, that's pretty steady, but it's deflating. And let's go towards Montana where we had a lot of earthquakes. GPS, a little bit of inflation right there. Okay, so I'll leave links below for you for this. Thank you for your support. Please leave your comments. Thank you.